The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. The only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be. Even if you fall on your face, you're still moving forward. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. It's not about how many times you fall that counts. It's about how many times you get back up. The difference between ordinary and extraordinary is that little extra. Believe you can, and you're halfway there. Doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. The best and most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched. They must be felt with the heart. If you don't design your own life plan, chances are you'll fall into someone else's plan. And guess what they have planned for you? Not much. You can always rise above those who offended you by forgiving them. Reading is to the mind as exercise is to the body. Some moments are nice, some are nicer, some even worth writing about. Watch your thoughts, they become your words. Watch your words, they become your actions. Watch your actions, they become your habits. Watch your habits, they become your character. Watch your character, it becomes your destiny. The wise man is one who knows what he does not know. People of higher morality do not consider themselves moral. Therefore, they have the highest morality. If you get married, they think you're finished. And if you are without a woman, they think you're incomplete. The shortest distance between 2 points is often unbearable. Care about what other people think and you will always be their prisoner. For those who believe in God, most of the big questions are answered. But for those of us who can't readily accept the God formula, the big answers don't remain stone written. Almost everybody is born a genius and buried an idiot. I am not a product of my circumstances. I am a product of my decisions. Do what you can with all you have, wherever you are. There is no crime greater than having too many desires. There is no disaster greater than not being content. There is no misfortune greater than being covetous. He knew his satisfied with his lot is rich. Genius is 1% inspiration, 99% perspiration. If you lack faith, then existence does not believe in you. Sex is a great thing only when there is nothing else to do. Sometimes our light goes out, but is blown again into instant flame by an encounter with another human being. I'll have just 3 things to teach simplicity, patience, compassion. These 3 are your greatest treasures. There is loneliness in this world so great that you see it in the slow movement of a clock's hand. Opportunities don't happen. You create them. I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over again in my life. And that is why I succeed. Who knows doesn't say. Who speaks doesn't know. If you're going to try, go all the way. Otherwise, don't even start. The 9 to 5 is one of the greatest atrocities sprung upon mankind. You give your life away to a function that doesn't interest you. Soft and weak wins over hard and strong. How can you trust a creature that bleeds every month and doesn't die? Champions keep playing until they get it right. The only time most people think about injustice is when it happens to them. We don't even ask for happiness, just a little less pain. Our virtues and our failings are inseparable, like force and matter. When they separate, man is no more. Being deeply loved by someone gives you strength, while loving someone deeply gives you courage. If you are depressed, you are living in the past. If you are anxious, you are living in the future. If you are at peace, you are living in the present. It wasn't raining when Noah built the ark. I alone cannot change the world, but I can cast a stone across the water to create many ripples. Alone, we can do so little. Together, we can do so much. I never dream of success. I worked for it. Bad taste creates many more millionaires than good taste. Be content with what you have. Rejoice in the way things are. When you realize there's nothing lacking, the whole world belongs to you. Fill your bowl to the brim, and it will spill. Keep sharpening your knife, and it will be blunt. Success is the sum of small efforts, repeated day in and day out. Though no one can go back and make a brand new start, anyone can start from now and make a brand new ending. Great minds discuss ideas. Average minds discuss events. Small minds discuss people. We must embrace pain and burn it as fuel for our journey. So the unwanting soul sees what's hidden, and the ever-wanting soul sees only what it wants. Of course, it's possible to love a human being if you don't know them too well. Nothing is worse than to finish a good shit, then reach over and find the toilet paper container empty. Even the most horrible human being on earth deserves to wipe his ass. If you aren't afraid of dying, there is nothing you can't achieve. Man dies from birth. Either you run the day, or the day runs you. We become what we think about most of the time, and that's the strangest secret. Time is a created thing. So say I don't have time is like saying I don't want to. You are controlled by the one who makes you angry. With the new day comes new strength and new thoughts. I have the choice of being constantly active and happy, or introspectively passive and sad. Or I can go mad by ricocheting in between. Sometimes you must yield in order to win, and sometimes maintaining a low place leads you to win. He who knows the measure is satisfied with his position. What we achieve inwardly will change outer reality. You have brains in your head. You have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know. And while you are the one who'll decide where to go. Be attentive to your thoughts. They are the beginning of actions. Great art is horseshit. Buy tacos. The difference between a democracy and a dictatorship is that in a democracy you vote first and take orders later. In a dictatorship, you don't have to waste your time voting. A man dies easily because he has too much will to live. When people know a lot, it is difficult to manage them. I often carry things to read so that I will not have to look at the people. Some people never go crazy. What truly horrible lives they must lead. Teach thy tongue to say, I do not know, and thou shalt progress. As long as a man has wine and cigarettes, he can endure a lot. You never know when a moment and a few sincere words can have an impact on a life. If you have the ability to love, love yourself first. What the caterpillar calls the end, the rest of the world calls a butterfly. As humans, we adjust to new conditions and discoveries. We are pliable. Nobody can save you but yourself, and you're worth saving. It's a war, not easily won, but if anything is worth winning, then this is it. We are here to laugh at the odds and live our lives so well that death will tremble to take us. Life's as kind as you let it be. Success is liking yourself, liking what you do and liking how you do it. You've got to get up every morning with determination if you're going to go to bed with satisfaction. Success is walking from failure to failure with no loss of enthusiasm. Learn to be calm, and you will always be happy. It is never too late to be what you might have been. The Chinese use 2 brush strokes to write the words crisis. One brushstroke stands for danger, the other for opportunity. In a crisis, be aware of the danger but recognize the opportunity. When I let go of what I am, I become what I might be. There is always one woman to save you from another, and as that woman saves you, she makes ready to destroy. The pessimist sees difficulty in every opportunity. The optimist sees opportunity in every difficulty. Never say 3 things about yourself: your plans, your income, and the number of people you slept with. It does not matter how slowly you go as long as you do not stop. When true virtue is lost, good nature appears. When good nature is lost, justice appears. When justice is lost, decency appears. The rules of decency are only a semblance of truth and the beginning of all disorder. Do not seek, otherwise you will lose. Do not seek, and you will find. And why do women always need the husbands of other women? And why do horse thieves always prefer tamed horse to a wild one? Whoever, undertaking a business, hurries to quickly achieve a result, will do nothing. He who carefully finishes his work as he began will not fail. A love is like a serious illness, an illness from which you never entirely recover. If you're losing your soul and you know it, then you've still got a soul left to lose. Knowing is not enough, we must apply. Wishing is not enough, we must do. We generate fears while we sit. We overcome them by action. If you manage to deceive a person, this does not mean that he is a fool. It means that you are trusted more. Them, you deserve it. The one who knows and pretends not to know is on top. Who, without knowledge, pretends to be knowledgeable. He is sick. Sometimes you win, sometimes you learn. Be the change that you wish to see in the world. The successful warrior is the average man with laser-like focus. Beauty is nothing. Beauty won't stay. You don't know how lucky you are to be ugly, because if people like you, you know it's for something else. Diligence is the mother of good fortune. Genius might be the ability to say a profound thing in a simple way. You are not promised anything in life. No contract was signed with you. Gets rid of the desire to have. People run from rain, but sit in bathtubs full of water. Be bent, and you will. Stay straight. Be empty, and you will remain complete. Be worn out, and you will stay you. To recognize your insignificance as empowering. A man with outward courage dares to die. A man with inner courage dares to live. You begin saving the world by saving one man at a time. All else is grandiose romanticism or politics. What you get by achieving your goals is not as important as what you become by achieving your goals. If you are alone for a long time, soon you will accept loneliness. You will never know your potential if you are afraid to be alone. Life is a series of natural and spontaneous changes. Don't resist them. That only creates sorrow. Let reality be reality. Let things flow naturally forward in whatever way they like. If you look at what you have in life, you'll always have more. If you look at what you don't have in life, you'll never have enough. The less you need, the better you feel. Motivation is what gets you started. Habit is what keeps you going. I destroy my enemies when I make them my friends. Develop success from failures. Discouragement and failure are two of the surest stepping stones to success. Ambition rarely helps talent. Another thing is luck. Talent always trails behind her. Because one believes in oneself, one doesn't try to convince others because one is content with oneself. One doesn't need others' approval because one accepts oneself. The whole world accepts him or her. A sage who wants to be above people puts himself below them, wanting to be ahead of them. He becomes behind. For every dream that you have, your week needs to match that dream. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. The woman who smiles at you meet her is most likely just planning to feed her ego. Knowledge is the treasure, and practice is the key to it. Success, as dangerous as failure. Hope is as hollow as fear. What is a good man but a bad man's teacher? What is a bad man? What a good man's job? Temperance is the first step of virtue, which is the beginning of moral perfection. Either write something worth reading or do something worth writing. A great man clings to the essential and leaves the insignificant. He does everything in truth, but he will never rely on laws. Too often the people complain that they have done nothing with their lives, and then they wait for somebody to tell them that this isn't so. The wise man avoids all extremes. There are only two things wrong with money: too much or too little. We must bring our own light to deep darkness. What matters most is how well you walk through the fire. Health is the greatest possession. Contentment is the greatest treasure. Confidence is the greatest friend. The snow goose need not bathe to make itself white. Neither need you do anything but be yourself. Our greatest fear should not be of failure, but of succeeding at things in life that don't really matter. I have always liked visiting women myself, more than when they are visiting me. You can always get away from them. Life is not about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. There is nothing softer and more flexible than water, but try to resist it. Anyone who has ever made anything of importance was disciplined. Love is all right for those who can handle the psychic overload. It's like trying to carry a full garbage can on your back over a rushing river of piss. We are like roses that have never bothered to bloom when he should have bloomed, and it is as if the sun has become disgusted with waiting. Real loneliness is not necessarily limited to when you are alone. We can't help everyone, but everyone can help someone. If you are free, you need to free somebody else. If you have some power, then your job is to empower somebody else. True words are not pleasant. Pleasant words are not true. Speak less than you know. Have more than you show. We gain by losing, lose by gaining. The will to win, the desire to succeed, the urge to reach your full potential, these are the keys that will unlock the door to personal excellence. I love to see a young girl go out and grab the world by the lapels. Life's a bitch. You've got to go out and kick ass. Some people like what you do. Some people hate what you do. But most people simply don't give a damn. The man who has confidence in himself gains the confidence of others. New beginnings are disguised as painful endings. People are strange. They are constantly angered by trivial things, but on a major matter like totally wasting their lives, they hardly seem to notice. You will succeed because most people are lazy. Love is a form of prejudice. You love what you need. You love what makes you feel good. You love what is convenient. Whatever you are, be a good one. No masterpiece was ever created by a lazy artist. The free soul is rare, but you know it's when you see it's basically because you feel good, very good, when you are near or with them. Victory over others gives strength. Victory over oneself gives fearlessness. Even a loss can turn into a profit, or a profit can turn into a loss. Challenges are what make life interesting, and overcoming them is what makes life meaningful. If you want to lift yourself up, lift up someone else. The most difficult thing is the decision to act. The rest is merely tenacity. Live for the praise of others, and you will become their prisoner. Whoever talks a lot often fails. Always do what you are afraid to do. The whole being knows without learning, sees without looking, and attains without dooring. When I free myself from who I am, I become who I can be. I find that the harder I work, the more luck I seem to have. Drinking is an emotional thing. It joggles you out of the standardism of everyday life, out of everything being the same. I have never in my life learned anything from any man who agreed with me. Dogs and angels are not very far apart. Isn't it nice to think that tomorrow is a new day with no mistakes in it yet? Remember that not getting what you want is sometimes a wonderful stroke of luck. By remaining true to yourself, without seeking to compare and compete, you will achieve universal respect. The grass is greener where you water it. Don't say you don't have enough time. You have exactly the same number of hours per day that were given to Helen Keller, Pasteur, Michelangelo, Mother Teresa, Leonardo da Vinci, Thomas Jefferson, and Albert Einstein. To lead people, follow them. The talents we each have been blessed with can only be developed if we use them fully to benefit the lives of others as well as our own. Your problem isn't the problem. Your reaction is the problem. I have learned over the years that when one's mind is made up, this diminishes fear. Nothing will work unless you do. Your ambition is handicapped by laziness. Few things can help an individual more than to place responsibility on him and to let him know that you trust him. Success does not consist in never making mistakes, but in never making the same one a second time. Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has. Find what you love and let it kill you. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Women prefer men whose penis size is not the determining factor of their work or desirability. Never say never, because the days go by so fast and nothing stays the same. There are times when those eyes inside your brain stare back at you. Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. The truth is not always beautiful, nor are beautiful words the truth. You have to die a few times before you can really live. You're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting, so get on your way. Like many things in life, your compassion is a skill that can be exercised. Whenever you find yourself on the side of the majority, it is time to pause and reflect. There are worse things than being alone, but it often takes decades to realize this. And most often when you do, it's too late, and there's nothing worse than too late.